y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 201. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Whoa.
I thought that voice was going to crack for a second on that.
Me too. Like, it was holding on for dear life.
Keep it together. Boom. Nailed it.
Hold. Said my vocal cords.
Steady.
Oh my gosh. We are all over the place right now.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
So, you know what's funny is that the people that are we would count as all over the place aren't. Chris is at home in Texas. Ed is home in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Me and Router are gone.
Road warriors.
I'm in I don't even know what the city is called. Southern Pines, North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
And you are, Router?
I'm in Withville, Virginia.
Withville?
Withville.
What the heck?
Exactly.
Withville.
And that's Virginia.
And there's Virginia for you.
All right, Router, since you're in such an interesting... paint the picture of
Sure. Okay,
why.
so I'm right outside of Withville, Virginia, right near 81. And I am in a parking lot in the Hampton Inn because we stopped over last night and got to bed about 2 in the morning.
Oh,
Wow,
my gosh.
And so we got another 9 hours to get out to Long Island, New York. And but I'm actually really happy because this is like a decent halfway point. Piper's been awesome on the road as usual. And so, yeah, it's been good. But, yeah, I'm just sitting in my car. Hey, I'm not sweating like a pig this time, though. It's actually pretty nice this morning. So
Yeah, it's not too bad.
yeah, so it feels nice. So yeah, we are heading up to see our great friends, the Woglums and the Triplets. They're renting a place out in Shelter Island, which is out on Long Island, New York. So we're going to hang out for about a week. It was kind of a last minute trip too. We're just like, hey, you want to go? Yeah, sure, let's go.
I was about to say, did you tell us you were going?
I did. Last week I did that. We made that decision, I think, about a week and a half ago. And,
okay.
So it's nice. Because, we were checking for flights, and we're like, gosh, they're like $1,500 for the three of us.
My God.
Not to mention, and that was Southwest, too. That was the cheapest flight I could find on Southwest, because they fly direct to LaGuardia and to Islip, which is out on Long Island. But they were like $1,500 for that, plus add another, $200-$300 for a rental car for the week. We're like, screw it. We're getting in the car. Let's go. Road Warriors.
That's crazy.
We'll do it Road Warrior style.
Right.
And thank God, too, because Lauren packs so much. Like, our bags are probably like 75 pounds each. So add another 100 there or 150 there. But,
Right.
yeah, man, it's so we're on our way, and it's all good. Let's start with Piper's topic of the week, which she told me last night.
No, yeah.
Butterflies. No idea why. It's completely random. I thought for sure it'd be Mr. Ed this week because she's obsessed with you. But
It goes away pretty quickly.
it's
out of sight, out of mind.
It's a flame. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, so topic of butterflies. There you have it, gentlemen. We love them, right?
The transformation.
Yay.
Yeah.
Look at that, looking into that whole personal growth example. I love it.
Yeah, one
Right.
of nature's miracles. I mean, it
is pretty cool.
The butterfly, that's a crazy thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You start out as one thing, eat some leaves, go to sleep for a while, and wake up and you can fly.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's pretty dope.
Well, what's interesting too is that the cocoon, when it is a butterfly, it still has to struggle to get out of the cocoon because that's what strengthens its wings. And that's always the butterfly / cocoon is always one of those personal. It's always a personal strength and inspirational metaphor because this is pure nature of how you have to go through a struggle in order to become beautiful. So I'm getting deep. I am getting deep this morning, boys, at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you are.
Here we go.
It's definitely a pretty beautiful thing. And it's wow, it's crazy that happens. But it's also kind of creepy. I mean, if you think about if a person did that, we went to sleep and turned out to be a wolf or something ridiculous. Oh man, that'd be nuts.
You've been playing too much freaking
You know, I was just watching a YouTube video waiting on the call, and it was all about like our favorite top 10 different horror movies and stuff that happened. So I've been watching some crazy stuff this morning. That's where my head is.
That is awesome. I love that. So anyway, let's see what else is going down. Man, can we just say how amazing 200 was?
Dude.
Oh, man.
What the heck?
Do we even need
Yes, we can.
We don't even need to say anything about it. It was just so fantastic meeting everybody. I ended up having lunch with the Stapletons on Monday, and because Gabe, I returned the chairs for you, just so you know.
Thank you, sir.
And
Nice.
so yeah, it was a great time. I just loved just getting together, hanging out, being with people, and recording our 200th episode. Well, 200B episode, but it was really,
Right.
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So not much is going on since that update besides getting in a car and driving. On the gaming front, though, before I left, I did complete the Stick of Truth,
Oh, yeah.
No
Hey, there
way.
you go.
and it is good. I cannot wait for the Fractured Butthole now. Like, I went into this going, okay, what's going to happen? And I had so much fun with this game.
Yeah.
So that it's getting me very, very excited for the Fractured Butthole.
So I know that the new one is like superhero theme versus the other one was kind of
Yeah, knights and
fantasy.
elves.
Are they
It was-
supposed to be a continuation of each other in any way?
I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
I think it's just another phase, perhaps.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I have
That makes
no
sense.
Yeah, I have no idea what the plot is or anything, but I just know that I've pre-ordered it and I shall be playing it. And it was really, really, really wrong and really, really fun. But I am not a huge fan of the whole turn-based combat. But
Oh, is that what it is on that game?
yeah,
Yeah,
but
it is.
it's so much fun. It's great.
I was the same.
Like, and you'll figure out like what your strengths and weaknesses are. Like, I had a heck of a time on some of the bosses, but you just kind of you start to learn it and figure it out. But it's great.
I will say that's one of the only reasons why, other than, you know, just when it came out, all the other games are out at that time. But that's one of the reasons I haven't played it yet is because I know I'm not a big fan of the turn-based stuff. And regardless, while I do believe that I will think it's a funny game, I'm just not sure if I would like it. I was hoping it would come to like PS Plus or X Games with Gold at one point. But now that they announced this pre-order for the new one, I doubt that's going to happen.
Mm.
I mean, it's like I'm not a huge turn-by-turn person either, but I mean, with this, come on, man, it's hilarious, and it's South Park, so you had to try it, and after a while, you kind of I was in the zone with it, so it was great.
Considering on one of your turns you can throw poop on someone,
Oh yeah,
it kind of is. It just puts a whole different spin on it.
it's genius, man. It really is. It's so much fun. Yeah, you could throw all kinds of stuff at people and gross them out, and that gives you that levels you up, and it also makes them puke, and it's awesome.
There's something about it, though, that this is one of those games, which there aren't a ton that are this way, but I almost feel like I could get as much enjoyment from just watching someone else play it as playing it myself. So that's why I haven't bought it myself yet.
You absolutely could. There's no way I could do a Let's Play on the YouTube channel just for younger minds and eyes, but
Yes.
maybe we'll do like a hidden password protected one, which would be amazing, because I would play that game again. That's how much fun I had with it. It was
Maybe you can make your debut on the channel with the Fractured Butthole.
There you go.
That's a great idea.
For only
Hey,
certain people who are age restricted.
Exactly. So that's pretty much it for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Christopher,
Not a whole lot here either, other than a lot of driving.
how was your drive home?
Yeah, so the day after 200, that morning, I had been telling people after the show when we were just hanging out and playing Jackbox and whatnot that, hey, I'm going to be going to breakfast here. It's going to be early. If you don't want to go, cool, I get it. But anybody that wants to go ahead and go. So I ended up having breakfast with Donnie and his wife, the Stapletons, and Brian Walden. Stacy
Nice.
didn't even
Oh,
go. She's
yeah.
like, I'm going to sleep in a little bit, which I don't blame you, sweetie.
I know that's
seriously.
We went and had breakfast at First Watch, which they don't have those out here where I am. That's a really good place. I like that place.
Yeah, it was good.
delicious.
And after that, just went back to the hotel, packed it up, and hit the road. And it took a lot longer to get home than it took to get to Nashville.
Oh, really?
What?
But mostly in part because when we hit Little Rock, Stacy's like, okay, so here's the deal. We can either continue and go home and then tomorrow wake up and drive up to Oklahoma and pick up our dog and then come back because our dog was staying with our in-laws.
Oh, right.
Right.
Or we could just take a little detour, go straight there, which the GPS was telling me I would get home if we were going to the house at 8 o'clock, around 8:30.
Okay.
We were going to get there in Oklahoma by 9, but that meant another 3-hour drive.
Oh, oofa.
So went to Oklahoma, and then I made the decision. I was like, you know what? We're already going. Let's just keep it going. That way tomorrow we have the entire day off to just rest and everything.
Yes.
Good call.
So I just
Power
kept
through.
it going, and I ended up getting home. So we left it around 10 a.m., and I ended up getting home around 1. So definitely a longer trip than I was planning,
Wow.
but it really wasn't all that bad. And Stacy, my sweet wife, she definitely shared the load with me and let me get a few winks while she drove a part of the way as well. So
That's great, man.
it worked out.
That's great.
It was nice having all of Monday to just relax
Oh, heck yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and not really have to do anything.
Amen.
Other than that, the only thing that I've been playing is Metal Gear Solid 5, trying to finish. I was really, really hoping to have the platinum done so I could say today, like, hey, I've got it, but doggone it, man. Some of these last few levels are just really, really
Dang
a
it.
struggle.
You'll
Yeah.
get there, man. You'll get there.
I was on one last night, and I had to play this one mission 7 times.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my
What?
gosh, dude.
Just because it was that tough?
It has 2 different endings, and you have to get both to clear the mission, like tasks that you have to get.
Oh, wow.
Lord.
Yeah.
And I could finish the mission. The mission was no problem. Like, I know it backwards and forwards now. I can do it with ease. But the problem is that you have to exfiltrate the hot zone, so to speak, before they seal it off, because you blow up this tanker and they're starting to look for you and they seal off the zone. But the thing is, I couldn't figure out which way to run and get to out of the hot zone before they sealed it off. And I kept doing it, and then I wouldn't get the task, and do it again. I wouldn't get the task. And finally,
Oh, man.
I found a way to do it. I stole a Jeep, and I went and strategically placed a Jeep that I had stolen, and then that helped me do it. But oh my gosh, it was a
Nice.
beatdown. It was one of those few moments where I've been like, all right, is this worth it?
Yes, dude, it's
Right.
totally worth it. It's the platinum grind. You got to do it.
Yeah.
You're so close. It's one of those things where, dude, you're so close. You just have to grin and bear it.
Yeah, I'm at like 90% of mission tasks complete, and I'm at 97% of the entire game done.
Oh yeah, man, you got to do it.
So hoping, fingers crossed, by next podcast, it'll be done.
You got this.
Yep,
There
totally.
you go.
That's it for me.
Eduardo,
Yes, sir.
what's going on?
I didn't realize how much talking I did at the 200 because my
Dude.
voice has sounded like this ever since. And that's not Sarah. I saw her briefly on my ride when I left Nashville Sunday morning. I left around maybe 5:30 a.m. I think,
Yep.
and got to Ohio in the afternoon. Met with Sarah, swapped out the rental in our car, and she said, "Are you sick?" And I said, no. And she goes, "Your voice is so deep. I'm hoping it stays like this because my voiceover stuff will take off."
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
But I was pleased to find out that my drive home was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, even with the detour. It ended up only being an hour more than if I had gone
Oh.
straight home.
Oh, great.
Hallelujah. That's great.
So yeah,
That's
I got
great.
home around 10 p.m. Sunday night, and it's been pretty low key. Sarah is right now in Indiana. She's back in our hometown, and she'll be out for a couple more weeks. So I've just came home to a condo full of cat hair,
Awesome.
and I
Jeez
think our
Louise.
cat's stressed out while we were gone because she just kind of cat hair popped off of her. So I don't know what happened with that.
That's awesome.
But what's really interesting is ever since I left 200, I haven't opened or started Pokemon Go one time.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
And it's not I'm sick of this game, I'm done with it. I just realized yesterday, I haven't even played it. So I don't know if I'm done and didn't realize it or if I'll get back in, but it's been kind of weird.
Me too, man, because my area is dead around my house. I actually just popped it open here to see, hey, what does Withville have? Absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
Exactly. So I'm actually been the same way. And I'm like, what is this Pokemon Go that I have on my phone?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So weird. I don't know what happened. It's like a switch got flipped.
That's why I think this is going to fade out a lot quicker than a lot of people think, because they'll forget about it.
Yeah. So bizarre. Gaming wise, I tried one of the games with gold games
Ooh.
called Tumblestone, and It's not one that I would have picked up on its own, but I was glad that I played it. It's kind of a fun puzzler, but
Yeah.
like Ori and the Blind Forest, I started off having a great time, and I rage quit 2 hours later.
Sweet.
So that was fun.
What kind of game?
Oh,
What kind of
Ed.
game is it?
It looks like it's a Tetris game just by looking at it, but it's actually more of a bit more of a puzzler than that. You kind of have to eliminate the blocks by color in groups of threes,
Okay.
and
Is it like
Ye-
you shoot them up there like the bubble games or something like that?
yeah,
Or,
so it's kind of a mix between Tetris and the bubble games. And
like bust a move?
yeah, I'm not good at chess, so I can't see moves ahead, and
Oh.
you have to be able to do that with this game. And my brain's broken. And last night played a little bit of Drawful 2 with some of the community. Got online and was able to
Yeah, how'd that
Twitch
go?
stream it. It went really well. The only downside is there's about a 12-second lag.
Ooh,
So-
that's a lot.
So if you're playing on the other end, you have 12 seconds less than you think you do to like draw or vote or what have you.
And voting's only 30 seconds, right?
Yeah, it's pretty quick. So luckily there's not when the names pop up on your phone, that's all immediate. But so I would actually in the chat kind of give people a 10-second heads up, because the chat is instantaneous. So to kind of let people know, hey, you've got this much time.
So there's one thing that you can do. I know a while back, I haven't actually dug around through Twitch's settings in a while because you were on Twitch, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So there was a setting early on where inside, like if you go through the browser, not through the Xbox or the PlayStation, you could check a box that would reduce the lag. At the time, it was a beta feature, but I'm pretty sure it's rolled out in an actual feature now.
I think it's still there.
But if you go and check that, I noticed when it first came into the beta section, I did that. And then when I would stream from my PlayStation 4 back then, it definitely made a difference there too. I don't know how much it reduced it, but it was definitely significant enough that I could tell, like in the chat, like they would be talking to me and they would say something and like, oh, I just did that. That's way better
nice.
than it used to be.
Would it cut down on the quality of the stream?
No, it didn't. Well, at least not on my end. I don't remember ever seeing that change in equality. And I don't know why. It's like, why wouldn't you? Maybe it is default now. I don't know. Again, I haven't checked through the settings, but I remember thinking, why is this a feature? Why would this not just be default?
Right.
But it may have been because at the time it was a beta thing and they were trying to get all figured out. So I'm
right.
not sure if it's still a setting, but it might be worth looking into that could potentially help out with especially
Good
with like
call.
Jackbox. That's a little more important on a game like that than it is
Right.
just streaming whatever else.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good time. And that was my week.
Yeah, Stacy joined in. She really enjoyed it.
She did. It was so much fun. And she had improved greatly from her drawing of a Laserdisc, I must
Oh
say.
my gosh, yes. I just remember Gabe running around knocking over chairs. I'm done with this game. I'm done.
He totally
I quit this
Godzilla
game.
that whole stage. He's like, I'm done.
I quit this game.
I quit this
All
game.
because of Stacy's Laserdisc picture.
And did someone take a picture of that drawing?
I think she got a picture of it, but she didn't get a picture when it said the name of it. I think. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
I was
gotta
too
get it.
busy
I gotta
quitting
see
the
that.
game to get a picture. It was literally like a cat on top of another cat scratching its eyeballs out.
Yes.
Yeah, my answer was a man removing a pig's eyes for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine was baby vampire sure likes eyes.
Yes.
Everybody's answers were something about cutting.
That is awesome.
Oh,
I was
we
like,
lost it
what
there.
in the world is that?
That was so funny.
That was so funny. That's it for you, Ed?
That's it for me.
Mr. Patillo, Blackie weather update. Hit it.
I'm tired.
Yeah, okay, there it is.
There's your update.
There's your update. I'm tired.
It was one of those things too, like Ed was saying, like it wasn't until after 200, and you could actually hear it in the intro of 200B. Oh yes, y'all, it's those kids and wives
Yeah.
and 9 to 5s. Like, my voice was so tired from just like nonstop talking
Yeah.
from Wednesday when Stancil got in to Sunday morning when I left for golf camp. So we do this thing. Toby does an FCA golf camp here at Pine Needles in Southern Pines, North Carolina. And so we went straight from 200. I think we got out of there. What time, Ed? 1:30
Yeah, about
sounds about right.
1:30.
in the morning. And after we had like picked up all the chairs and gotten the room back to how it was and dummy checked the room. And so I think I got to sleep around 2:30. Got up that next morning and drove to the airport, hopped on a plane, flew to North Carolina, did a show that night on Sunday night.
Sheesh.
Exactly. And then on Monday and Tuesday, we help like with the chapel here. Like we do some songs for it during chapel.
Awesome.
And so I'm with you, Ed. Like my voice just kind of hasn't totally rebounded yet because I haven't just been quiet since 200. But man, just as the week update, I mean, 200. I told somebody, and my man card might get revoked for this, but like somebody asked how was 200, or I don't remember if it was Jenny when I got home or whatever. I was like, I could have cried when it was done.
Yeah.
Like I was so happy about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it went so well. It went like I'm finally like, okay, 200 went good.
Yeah,
All the stress is finally gone.
All the stress, but it feels like the stress was also worth it. Like it was such a good time.
It really was.
It really was.
It really
And
was.
it was really cool, Gabe. Like you, Ed and I got home, and there was a note from my sweet wife that she wrote because she had gone to bed. She's like, you guys did so great. I'm so proud of you guys. Love you guys. And I was like, oh, that's so awesome. That's when I was almost like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if I was so happy that it went well that I could cry, or that I was exhausted.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
A little bit of both, I think. A little bit of both.
I didn't know if like the stress and the running around, and then like just seeing everybody and the emotion of it, all. And so it's just like, I don't know, man. It was definitely like everything I was hoping it would be.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't think I don't think there was anything that happened or didn't happen that I was like, oh man, I wish this, or oh shoot, I wish this. The room
I wish we would have
thing.
got out of that escape room.
Yeah.
That was so much fun though.
That was so much fun.
That was great, man. I'd do that again in a heartbeat.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that was a good time. I'd never done one of those. And so I don't know, man. I was just overwhelmed by how great it was and the things we got to do. And one of the things I wanted to do, and I'll do it during the news, and I didn't talk about it too much at 200B, was getting to go to the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, man. And,
yes.
Man.
And drop those games off. Like it was you guys didn't get to go with me. Everybody we divided and conquered after.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah, after the room escape game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually going to go ahead and do this now. But I wanted to shout out everybody that donated.
Yes.
Because it took everybody to make it happen. So I'm not going to do how much everybody gave. That's
that's kind of irrelevant in a way.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah,
it really is.
All that matters is that you're participating.
Exactly. And what was really cool was what I loved about our community and how they stepped up was like people gave from like $100 and something to $5. Like people that could give did, and people that could give big did, and people that could give a little bit still did. And it really did take everybody to get there. And just so everybody knows, we ended up being able to get them all the games that they were asking for, all the controllers, and like a $200 gift card.
Oh man!
And I didn't realize, Gabe, that I thought that they already had their consoles up and running, and they just needed more games. I didn't realize they had 0 games.
I didn't realize that either. We kind of to paint the picture, we show up and they're like, here, they show us around. They're like, here's the teen room. This is where you guys' donations will go. And I was looking around. I was like, well, like, where's the PS4 and the Xbox One and everything?
Yeah.
Cause this is a little weird. And she goes, oh, we haven't installed them yet. And we were like, how come? She was like, because the consoles got donated and then nobody ever got us any games for them.
Wow.
And we were like, these are the first games they're getting? And she was like, yes. And the teens are really getting tired of playing these old games.
Oh man.
And we were like, oh my gosh. And so it just really put into perspective, like, sheesh, I can't believe that that these are the first games that these guys will be getting.
It's like dangling a carrot, man. You got all this PS4 and Xbox and nothing to play.
Exactly. All right.
That's awesome. Rattle it off, Bo.
So we got Gilbert, Arias, London Rhodes, Anonymous, Jun Wang, Cindy Croft, Alex Nemeth. Oh, shoot. Why did
Yeah.
I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mistake number one, baby.
Yeah. Rihanna Runyon. Is that
Oh,
one of your,
Regina Runyon. That's my
is it
mother-in-law.
That's Regina?
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's how you spell that? Mm.
Yeah. Well, that's how she spells that. She doesn't spell it the normal way.
Charlie and Jackson Stapleton. Anonymous Matt Werfel. Stephen K. Deckett. Michael Allen. Tim Router. Andrew and Natalie Stapleton. Love and Lion. Brittany Stevens. Philip Peters. Matt Serta. Ryan Lampa. Dallas Robbins. Anonymous Sherry Crow. Chris Scarsey. Freaking Stancil.
Very good, Stanza.
Byron, Mr. Talkbox Chambers, Ray Garza, Matt Leidy, Jaquez Major, Eric Green, Josh Stapleton, Corey Drake, Jeff Swan, Chris McCracken, Brett Bawden, Ed Placencia, Gabe Patillo, Michael Nash, Mark Shopper, and and Spencer Stapleton. 39 donations
Wow.
equaling $1,500.
That's awesome. Thank you, everyone.
And
That is
man,
so
our
great.
hat off to you guys. We can't believe it. I know I named half those names wrong, but
We're going to make some kids really happy, and that's awesome. That's all that matters.
yes, and I can't wait to hear back from because we didn't get to see the kids just because of
Privacy concerns
No,
and things.
sure.
no sanitation issues.
Well, yeah, that too.
You know what I'm saying? Because, sick kids. And so, they showed us like, hey, this is the room where where siblings get to come and play together. It really was like, man, some amazing things happen here and some awful things go on here
Yeah.
when you're kind of,
It's a
touring
mix of the
around.
two. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And so even though it was like a joyful thing we were doing, it was still kind of under this cloud of it being really sad. But
Yeah.
just to be able to be a part of anything like that was a huge blessing. So big shout out to Josh Stapleton for really spearheading this thing for us.
Yes,
and we're
sir.
so blessed
Yes.
and grateful to our community that we were able to do something like this. Whoa. All right. So I'm at golf camp. We're coming home today after the podcast, getting a car, driving an hour and 15 minutes back to the airport, fly home. And then I don't have a show for a month,
Oh, dude.
Whoa.
Awesome.
which is nuts. So
Wow.
it's time to do that old honeydew list.
Oh,
Right?
Mhm.
Lucky you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's it for me.
Awesome.
Router,
Bring it.
you got it.
Bring it.
Well, let's do it.
All right, new releases this week. Not a ton to speak of, but a few. Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy Remastered is being released for the PS4. Sword Coast Legends for the Xbox One and PS4. Neverwinter, isn't that with your boy who did some voiceovers?
Oh, yeah. Kai Wilhelmsen.
Yes, Kyle Wilhelmsen is. This is being released for the PS4 now, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And Ninja Pizza Girl for the PS4.
What?
Exactly.
Ninja
course.
Pizza Girl.
It's a supreme platformer with a deep dish message set in a Technicolor dystopia. This high-speed adventure about bullying, resilience, and pizza delivery is a fast-paced parkour platformer.
Wow.
That actually
you
sounds
go.
kind of cool, man.
What is it on?
PS4,
Ninja Pizza Girl?
Ninja Pizza Girl. That sounds pretty cool.
Somebody stole my title.
Here it is.
I was just about to have that come out. It's going to be called the Chubby Ninja Pizza Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
The chubby ninja can't stop eating pizza.
Yeah, it's about a guy on a couch in a Technicolored.
In typical fashion, we still do not have charts, but we do have a few oops.
Oh,
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
At CN Palmer 75, Ben Palmer. Episode 200. It isn't the Rancor that was in the trash compactor on the Death
Yep.
Star. The Rancor was under Jabba's palace.
Yep.
We let that slide for good old Bread Fan. It's because
Was
we
he
knew.
not asking about Under the Jabba's Palace? I thought that's
No,
what
he was
asking
talking about the trash compactor.
No, he was talking about the trash compactor monster.
He's talking about A New Hope. Okay, I totally misunderstood that.
We knew that you knew, but you just said Rancor, and we just went along with it. So I'm totally fine with that.
My bad.
I didn't know. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. At Jenna Shelley.
Oh.
Loved the live feed. However, in Pokemon Go, they are called Pokestops, not Pokecenter. Hashtag MTTG oops. Hashtag first oops.
Oh, that's so
Nice.
bread fan
Really,
sister.
Jenna? Really, Jenna? Really? First
Shout out to
oops?
Jenna because yesterday was her birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
But seriously,
I would
really?
sing
You're going
for
to
you,
call us
but-
out on Pokemon Go? Really? I love it. Keep it up, girl. Thank you. That will not be
that's
her
awesome.
last oops. It should be hashtag first oops, hashtag not the last oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at Rockroll Martian, Blastmaster is the NES game. Master Blaster runs Bartertown. Hashtag MTTG oops.
No idea what we're talking about now.
Think somebody said Master Blaster, which was supposed to be on one of the games on the NES Mini.
NES thing.
Oh, right.
And so I think we
And
might
it
have,
wasn't you that said Master Blaster?
it's Blaster Master apparently.
Blaster Master. I don't remember who said that.
I don't either.
I thought it was one of us on stage. I don't remember
I
that.
have no idea. Back to you, gentlemen.
Let's blame Hall.
Yeah, let's blame Hall.
Yeah. Oh, it probably was Hall. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hall.
Yeah,
Gosh, Hall leaving us with a oops.
seriously, Hall. Come on, man.
Jeez.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left us was an MTTG oops.
Hollow was a Rolling
He's like
Stone.
gone. He's like gone for a few months. Comes back and cracks out open an oops for us. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Oh, my gosh. My dad used to sit on the couch and drink MTTG oopses all the time. Never told me and my brother that he loved us.
That's right.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. Chris McCracken,
Yes, sir.
give us some news.
Okay, if you are a PlayStation 4 owner and you're one of those people that only has a PlayStation 4 and you did not have an Xbox One, well, your day is finally going to arrive. On October 11th is when you will be able to play Rise of the Tomb Raider,
Oh.
20-year celebration.
Ooh.
There you go.
What?
So it's going to be a new edition that comes with a new chapter entitled Blood Ties, a new co-op
Okay.
endurance gameplay, which also Blood Ties, that new chapter is going to support, it's going to have PlayStation VR support.
Ooh.
And you're going to get all of the previous release DLC, plus more outfits, weapons, and expedition cards, which I would assume expedition cards, do those have to do with the main game, or is that a multiplayer thing?
I think
Does
it's a
anybody know?
multiplayer. I don't remember the expedition cards
No
in the
idea.
campaign.
Yeah. So that's going to be coming October 11th. People who play on Xbox One and PC will also be getting these the Blood Ties and all these the new endurance mode and everything as well. If they're a season pass owner, they will obviously not be getting the PlayStation VR support, and there will not be a season pass on PlayStation 4 because all of this stuff is bundled in together. I have not seen anywhere a price release, but the fact that it is basically a Game of the Year edition makes me think it is going to be a $60 game.
It better not be.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, most of the Game of the Year editions are close
They-
to, if not full price, once they have all of the DLC bundled in. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking
very
it's going to be
curious.
$60.
What do you think the VR support is going to be? Because Tomb Raider's not played in first person, right?
No.
No, it's third.
It's not, but perhaps this one will be able to be played in first person. I don't know. It just says it's only going to be for the Blood Ties chapter. It's not going to be for the entire game. I mean,
Gotcha.
it may have, because PlayStation VR is supposed to have that support where it's like theater mode where you can basically play your game, but in PlayStation VR, so it's like the screen in
So you
front
can
of
lay
your
down
face.
on the couch.
Oh,
But
right.
I don't think that's what they're talking about. I think they're talking about it's actually built for PSVR is the way that they're alluding to it.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I'm sure more information will come out later.
And they had a year to develop it, so they could do that.
Yeah, and if you pre-order the box, then it is going to come with a limited edition art book while supplies last.
Ah, nice.
Which is all the leftover art books from the Xbox One.
With the Xbox logo scratched out.
Yeah, right.
A little sticker
really
of PlayStation on top of it.
Exactly. It's like Xbox 4. I'm really curious what the sales. I've always wanted to be curious about this because this was a weird one, and I bought the Xbox One version. I'm really curious if it's going to do well in its debut on the PS4. If it does, it kind of shows the power and the strength of the PS4 and the install base that it's got. But I don't know. I still think that was a mistake. But
Well,
whatever.
I mean, you can chalk it up to, just the internet being the internet and saying things. But I have seen what seems like a lot of people saying, kind of how Gabe was alluding to a minute ago, that if this is $60, I'm not buying it. But
Yeah.
Right.
then again, I feel like it's going to do well because people want to play the game. There were a ton of people who played the first one on PS4 that really were interested in when it was announced before it became exclusive. And the fact that it is a Game of the Year edition, and not only that, it's going to have new content. I think the new content that also is available to Xbox and PC, I don't think that drops until this version comes out.
That's good.
So,
And on top of it, they threw in a VR, the VR aspect, which I think is really
which
smart.
threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, they certainly sweetened the pot on this. It's like, hey, you've waited long enough. Let's throw you a little bone here, which I think is great. What I didn't like about it is that I think it might have killed the franchise in splitting it up like that.
No, it won't have killed it.
We'll definitely see, because if it does well, it'll definitely speak also to the power of Tomb Raider.
Yes, absolutely. Right. It was a great game. I love that game.
Yeah, it really was.
I'm one of the people that didn't pick it up on the Xbox One, not because I was boycotting or anything crazy. I just had other things to play that time. So I'm planning to pick it up. And the fact that it has the PSVR support makes me glad that I did wait so I can at least see what that all is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good. Awesome.
Interesting.
Well played, Chubby Ninja. Well played.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it for a second.
Right.
Do we have to?
Let's do this.
At the beginning of the game, you're given the option to grab Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't have to pick any of those. So if you end up running away from those guys a couple times, Pikachu pops up.
Yeah, he does.
No.
Yes, and you can start with Pikachu. So, Chris, if you start this game,
yeah, I had already grabbed one of them because that was one of the things when I was able to log in for 2 minutes. I grabbed one of the first guys that was right there. That was the only one that I had for a while. That news is too late for me. Wah wah.
Sorry.
I'd much rather have Pikachu. At least I know who that is.
What's
I know, me too. I'd much rather have Pikachu first.
What's his CP? Do you know? Is it like a lower CP?
Yeah, because it's your very first one, but
nerd alert.
But
hey, baby, I had to look up what the heck CP was as combat points. I was like, oh, thanks for explaining that one, Pokemon.
No, I actually on Monday I went over and I was like, all right, I'm gonna download this app again and give it one more shot.
Yeah,
and I was able to log in with my trainer account, and I've walked around my street, took my dog for a walk, and I've got just the little bird things and worm looking whoozy whatsits and nothing that's like, oh, that thing looks cool. But I'm like, I don't know what these big things over here are. I don't know what this big tower looking thing. I think that's a gym.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't understand with CP and evolving. I don't get any of it. So if it continues to work, I may dig a little deeper and figure out what the heck I'm actually supposed to do. But
nice.
I'm just glad I can log into the thing at the moment.
You're fine.
Right.
I'm actually enjoying. I'm not even going to bother going into the gyms because who was it? Stancil took over one, and then 2 minutes later somebody else took it over. So it's just
the guy literally drove up as we were leaving.
Exactly. So I'm like, there's no point in doing it. Yeah, you get some XP, but you also get good XP just by collecting, evolving, powering up. You do all that, especially if you get new Pokemon. I'm just going to do that. I like the collection part of it. It is fun.
Yeah,
so what is, I mean, not that this is super important, but I'm just curious. The team thing, the red, yellow, and blue, is that?
No idea.
Is that you
no
pick
clue.
it and you're done?
Yep.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, you can only choose it once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, broke college students, I guess, are doing this. People are selling their handles on eBay.
What?
So if you're like a level 22,
oh my
then
gosh,
I can sell my account to people, but it's not working.
Uh-huh.
Like you can get like a level, you can get like a level 15 for like $1.
You dummies.
Seriously. Instead of selling handles on eBay, get a job, man. Come on.
I mean, you'd make more than $1, that's for sure.
I ain't mad at him. If you can make $1 off of Pokemon Go, do it.
But you can't because it's broke.
But the people who bought don't know that till afterwards.
Well,
they still got
Yeah,
paid.
that's true. I already got your dollar.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also in Japan, I don't know how the stock market works. So, but in Japan, because of Pokemon Go, Nintendo passed up Sony
Yeah.
Wow.
for value. It reached 4.5 trillion yen, and Sony is at 4.1 trillion yen.
Wow.
Mhm.
So
And
the
so-
in-app purchases, like people are actually buying it, huh?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I wouldn't
and
touch
it's-
that with a 10-foot pole. I'm
I
like,
know, right?
ain't no
me
way I'm
neither.
giving them anything. They're
I
not.
didn't even know there was in-app purchases.
Yeah, because
Yeah, there
you
is.
can get more candy and what else?
Pokeballs.
Pokeballs, lures.
lures,
coins,
incense, the whole nine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they were making their $1.6 million off of Apple in North America.
Gotcha.
With in-app purchases because there's no ads.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point.
So it's the first time Nintendo's been above Sony since July of 2014, which I thought was really recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw July 2014, I was like, huh.
I didn't know that they had gone below Sony. I thought they've always had a higher market value.
Does anybody feel like that this is just the beginning? Like this is a groundswell for Nintendo? Like they come out they come out with Pokemon Go, then they come out with the mini. Dude, I'm telling you, the mini's gonna sell like hotcakes.
I think that if they could continue to be smart, because
Yeah.
I think we saw this with Mitomo as well, where when Mitomo came out, their stocks jumped.
Yep.
And so if they can they are on I don't want to say 100%, like they're batting 100%.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean,
they're
Mitomo
close.
went out and got downloaded a gang of times when it came out.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go obviously is taking over the planet. And so if they do a Mario thing next,
Oh,
or like a Donkey Kong,
oh.
or something that people love,
But not only that, not only on the software side of things, but think about the hardware too. Like, all right, so they've got the software side with Pokemon Go, hardware with the NES Mini. Boom! When is the NX coming out? Probably next year. So it's like they're setting it all up, and I think they're going to knock it out of
Yeah.
the park.
they're definitely priming the engine.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
and you got the new Legend of Zelda coming out. So
And regardless as to what Donnie thinks about what I think,
right,
I love sitting back and watching Nintendo like get ready to be back in the fray.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
yeah.
yeah, no, I'm rooting for them definitely because they've made some horrible decisions.
So I'm just hoping they keep it going, and so
Yeah,
it'll
and
be really great.
You've said that countless times, Gabe. That you love to root for Nintendo.
Yeah,
I love it.
but we're
Yeah.
always saying, "Oh, Nintendo." Like, how many times have we said that over the past couple of years?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
of
I mean,
course.
you want to root for them, but then it's like you want to root for your kid, and then he goes out to the t-ball and he
Incredible.
steps up to the plate and he throws a football at the catcher.
You're like, what the heck? What sport are we playing?
That's my son.
He goes out.
That's my
Yeah.
boy.
The only thing that I'm not sure about is because Nintendo is tied to Pokemon Go, but for the most part, like their name's just kind of there. They don't
True.
even really. I mean, they have partial ownership of this, and there were some people talking to the developer of
Like
Nantech,
32% though.
yeah, but there were people talking to the developer Nantech and saying like, so how much involvement did Nintendo have in this? He's like, basically nothing. I mean, their name is there, and they kind of like signed off, but it wasn't like their idea, or they didn't contribute a bunch to it. Whereas Mitomo
That's a
is
good
totally
point.
made by Nintendo. Now, that's not saying that Nintendo is completely clueless, but I mean, I don't think this is like because Pokemon Go is doing well.
Have you ever heard a J-Lo album?
No, I don't listen to J-Lo. Is that supposed to mean something?
Where are we
I'm
going
just
with this
saying,
game?
like-
Where are we going
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this?
where we going?
All I'm saying is like Nintendo owns 33% of the thing. They've built up Pokemon in the first place.
True.
And so what I'm saying,
But
like when you
not
take
really.
like
They just are the exclusive console that it debuts on. They don't really have much of a hand in making it.
no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like Pokemon and Nintendo are.
They go hand in hand. They're partners, basically.
So I'm saying the only
yes,
reason
I
I throw
absolutely understand
only reason I
that.
throw J-Lo out there or any other like pop star that doesn't really write on their albums and is auto-tuned all
Exactly.
to crap and
Exactly.
just kind of does a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like it to me 32 or 33% is still pretty involved. It's not like it's Jay-Z and the whoever he owns. Who is it? The Nets?
Right.
But here's all that I'm getting at. Absolutely, Nintendo is going to reap benefits, both monetarily and otherwise, reputation-wise, with Pokemon Go doing well. I totally get that and agree with that. What I'm saying is, just because Pokemon Go comes out and does something right, which again, I don't know if anybody else could copy this and do as well as Pokemon Go has done. I don't.
Sure.
I feel like it's a lightning in a bottle thing for them because they're the ones who did it first. But what I'm saying is, that doesn't mean that, now Nintendo's got their act together and they're going to come out with all these great ideas and things. Like, they didn't really have much of a hand from what I've been reading in this particular game.
You're
so there's
right.
no proof that they've got their stuff together now. They may still be doing all this crazy stuff.
I'm not saying they've got their stuff together. I'm saying I'm hoping that their next step that they take is also a good one.
But when
Yes,
when they
yes.
announced the Mini, that's a huge positive step in the right direction. That's making me think, all right, Nintendo, I think you are starting to get your stuff together.
I'm wondering if they're going to end up doing like an SNES Mini and a Nintendo 64 Mini and all that kinds of stuff too.
A Wii U 2.
Oh,
Oh God, no, it'll just be the Wii U U,
Yeah.
not the Wii U 2, Wii U U.
You know what's interesting is that like this Nintendo thing came out, and one of my buddies, outside the gaming realm, doesn't keep up with anything gaming. I was like, hey, look at this little NES is coming out. And he goes, didn't Atari and Sega do that already?
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, I mean, yeah, thanks for deflating my whole story that I was trying to tell you.
Thanks, Killjoy. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
because the Genesis did do this already. You know what I mean?
the Sega one also could play cartridges and get other games.
Yeah. My buddy who isn't into games too much actually was the one that messaged me the link. He said, I'm so getting this. And he doesn't play a whole lot of games. So that's contrary to what you're saying too. So this could go both ways. I mean,
Yep.
I think it's going to sell like hotcakes. The price point you
I
can't
hope it
beat.
does.
Yeah,
That's
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
cheap.
And right before the holidays, come on, man, that's a home run. I'll give that to all you guys as a Christmas present, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I haven't made up my mind yet, but definitely it's a possibility that I will get one, especially because Stacy really likes the older Nintendo stuff and Mario and whatnot. And it's got enough on there that I feel like I could easily hook that up. Because I think I read somewhere that like if you bought an old, like all in the used market, if you bought an old NES and all the same games, you'd end up spending like $500
Sure.
versus $60 with HDMI, which again, I know Gabe talked about the Retron 5. I'm not sure what it costs, but it's a decent option for the price point. It's a good, I think it'd be better if it had some kind of ability to add new games and things, but you
Yeah.
know, for what it is, it's a pretty good deal.
It's great. What does the retro?
The fact that
Where's
The
the retro
Sega
go?
one, Sega one came with 80 games,
wow.
just in comparison, and
I don't remember the Atari one. I did know about the Sega one though.
the Sega one was $60 and came with 2 controllers.
Well, the fact that Jenny, who we all know is a huge gamer, said, Gabe, we're getting this. That says something.
It does.
It really
Nostalgia,
does.
baby. A strong thing. I think a lot of people, now I could be wrong, but graphics never are quite as I remember them.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And so I think there's going to be like a very small percentage of people that buy this and get it home and plug it up to their new to their television and turn it on. They're like, oh, Dr. Mario looks so much better on the Wii.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm glad this is HDMI.
Exactly. It's still playing 4:3 on my.
Right.
I'm glad I have those black bars on my television.
Yeah.
Christoph,
Yes.
give us something else, Doc.
So at 200, Mr. Q was talking about, should he get an Xbox One or should he wait for the S?
Oh yes.
Well, I don't know what decision he ultimately is going to end up making, but if he wants to get the S, the 2 terabyte version will be hitting stores on August 2nd,
Wow, that's close.
Oh, wow.
which is
that's
not
soon.
that far away.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now they have not said. They said that the other size models, the 1 terabyte and the 500 gigabyte version, that they're still coming, but at a later date. They haven't been announced on that date. This is just for the 2 terabyte one, which is the one that is $399.
Okay.
They'll start fulfilling pre-orders, but it'll also arrive at some stores in select regions on August 2nd.
That's awesome.
So not very far away at all for people who want that Xbox One S.
Really?
Really isn't.
No, not at all.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's going to be here quick.
Yeah, it is.
Man, that's fast. How many ways can we say that? Let's just keep doing it.
I know.
That's awesome.
Woo-wee, that's coming up.
Before you know it.
Blink and you'll miss it.
Didn't they just announce that? That's incredible.
That is right around the corner.
Shazam!
That is fantiddly-astic. Let's go.
They're so nimble. Look how fast they move.
They're so nimble.
They're so
What in the
nimble.
The dexterity is impressive.
Where are we going?
All right, let's go. Reel it back in, people. Reel it back
Carl.
in. Carl.
A guy in Seattle bought what he thought was a Nintendo prototype
Oh no!
off Craigslist. No. I'm not saying it like it's not a prototype. But somebody, like one of the guys that worked at Nintendo, came out and said that it was the retail ready version, not the prototype. So I don't know which one's the truth. But he's a YouTuber named Metal Jesus Rocks.
Wait.
And so he collects a bunch of old gaming stuff. And he found something called the Nintendo 64 disk drive. So it was a thing that sat under the N64. You remember like the days of the Sega CD, when the Sega CD came out?
Yes.
And stuff like that. This was in that same era, but it never made its way to the States. And so it played what looks like floppy disks.
Oh.
Like you inserted them in the front. When it was called the disk drive, I was like, oh, well, CDs. But if you look at the picture, it looks like a floppy disk that's going in the front.
Huh.
And so he found some games for it, but it's region locked. And I guess they didn't ever release. So this was like the US version, but they never released US games.
Right.
And so, and he didn't say, I didn't get to watch the whole video, but it's just really interesting looking that this thing's sitting up under the N64 and was supposed to be, an expansion for it. And we never saw it. Like, I've never even heard of this. And this guy said he had never heard of this until they found it on Craigslist. So I thought it was really interesting. So
Curious.
Look up the Nintendo 64 DD is what it's
Interesting.
kind of listed as.
Wow.
Yeah. Rock or Metal Jesus Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does.
He does, doesn't he?
Christopher.
So going back over some more PlayStation 4 news, but some negative news. Hey, when was the last time you played Overwatch, Gabe?
I tried 2 days ago, but the internet here is not good enough to really get down. So
Gotcha. So apparently some people that play Overwatch on the PlayStation 4 ran into a bug that affected them. And what it has done is it has rolled back some of their levels.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I heard about this.
They were rolled back anywhere from 5 levels to 50 levels,
Oh,
with some people being reset altogether,
Ouch.
Oh my gosh.
along with the loss of cosmetic skins that they had opened up from loot boxes.
Oofa.
Some information
Oh,
hit the
jeez.
Blizzard forums, and they did some investigating, and they said they found what the bug was. They fixed it. It's now no longer an issue, but there has not been any word on whether or not people who lost all that stuff are going to be able to get it back.
No.
Oh my
Ouch.
gosh. That's so much of playing that game gone. Oh,
And this
God.
also includes for these people affected anyway, some stuff earned in competitive play, like not just levels, but also if you got far enough to get the gold
Wow.
weapons and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
man.
Oh,
And
doggone. You know how hard it is to get those gold weapons?
Yeah, it's ridiculously
Very,
hard.
very
And
hard.
I have not logged in since early the week before 200, so I'm kind of nervous to log in and see if I lost anything.
Did it happen to a lot of people?
Why would somebody else's bug affect you that hasn't played though?
Well, no, it was a bug in the way that the PS4 accesses the servers, if I understand it right. So
Okay.
I guess if you were logged in at a certain time and the bug happened, it could have affected anybody at that time. I'm not sure if you had to be logged in, or I'm not exactly sure how it all works. I just know if I log in and I'm missing all my awesome McCree skins, I'm going to be very sad.
Oh,
Wow.
that
It said
is
that
a
people
bummer.
started posting about the issues on July 11th. And that's when Blizzard
Wow.
went and did some digging and found out what the cause of it was and
Well, that
squashed
was a long
it.
time ago.
Do you know if it was a fluke thing or did it happen to like a whole bunch of people?
I don't see any numbers on how many people were affected, but it seems to be
Right.
enough that they made a significant stink about it.
Right. Wow.
Jeez Louise, that is
Yikes.
no good. No bueno.
No bueno.
No good at all.
No bueno at
No
all.
bueno. Not yum.
Yeah.
Not yum.
Not yum.
Opposite of yum.
That's awesome.
Well, staying on Overwatch, they did release an update on the PC, and I'm guessing these will make its way onto the console soon. It's a long list of stuff. There was only a couple things that really jumped out to me. Players now respawn more slowly during overtime, which sucks because I already hate how long it takes to respawn as it is. I think it's like 4 or 5 seconds.
Oh wow.
Something like that.
So during overtime now it's going to be 7 seconds or whatever, 2 more seconds than it was. Competitive, like we were talking about before, competitive play now will only have one of each hero per team will be able to be playable. And then if you play as D.Va, I thought this was interesting because I always thought it was interesting in the game. When you do her ultimate and you blow up her, what do they call it? The bunny blow up or something crazy?
Yeah, the bunny bomb is kind of what they call her.
Bunny bomb.
Yeah.
The explosion could kill you, and now it can't.
Yeah, that was always a little bit crazy. And they also reduced the timing of how quickly it explodes, which was another thing because I rarely got kills with D.Va's ultimate. It was kind of pointless because you could easily, her thing's going off, I'll just run around this corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it took
so
so
it went
long.
from 4 seconds, to 3 seconds. And so there's a whole list of stuff. The one thing I didn't see, which I thought I was going to see, was Toblerone's turret. I know it's not how you say it before you MTTG oops us. But his turret I thought was going to get a knockdown in power, but I didn't see it in these patch notes. So
yeah, I think that was something that they're talking about doing, but hadn't actually implemented on the public test realm. Whereas all these other changes were actually in there, and they've actually gone live. I think yesterday or maybe today they go live on the PC. So for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, these changes should be coming relatively soon, along with Ana, the new character.
There we go. And I think she's going to be playable now as AI.
Yes.
Like you'll be able to play against her.
Yeah.
In this little update. But like you're saying, can't play as her yet. What else you got, Chris? You out?
Yes. Sorry, that's an old story. Yes, I'm out.
Edward?
Yes, sir.
What's going on the old YouTube's channel?
Over on the YouTubes, as I mentioned earlier, I put up 2 parts of Tumblestone that I play. The second one includes a free bonus Rage Quit. And then also...
Oh, it's free?
What?
It's free?
Yeah, this one's no extra charge. This is a free DLC. It's available to anyone, regardless of your the console you're playing on. Drawful 2, also from last night, is up there as well, so you can go check those out. Looking at our top YouTube videos, including watch time and views from July 11th to July 17th. Number 10, Trials of the Blood Dragon Part 7, Blades of the Dragons. Number 9, Trials of the Blood Dragon Part 2, Knuckle Duster. Our old favorites are coming back.
Yeah,
Number 8, Rise of the Tomb Raider Part 36, Gate Crasher. Number 7, Gabe and Chris react to God of War. Number 6, look at that, Married to the Games episode 200, Pokemongo.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Number 5, Gabe and Chris react to Death Stranding.
Okay.
Can't get enough of that. Number 4, Ori and the Blind Forest Part 14, Thornfelt Swamp.
That thing, man.
People want to know what's going on with that one.
Is that the one you rage quit on, or was it a different
No,
one?
I rage quit like 7 episodes later.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is interesting. Number 3, MTTG 200B, the live show, the live broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Number 2, MTTG 200B live show, the replay.
What's that mean?
So the second one was people who were watching live. That's how many people watched. And then the one at number 2, that's how many people have watched it since it was live.
Gotcha.
So what's number 1? That's what I want to know.
I can't believe it's Gabe and Chris reacting to Resident Evil 7.
No!
Skip the celebrations. Let's go back to E3, shall we?
There you go.
That's awesome.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh. Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different, but I don't think I put it on Twitter.
So it was no different.
So it was no different.
Yeah. I kind of had something going on last week.
No, you're fine.
In your opinion, what is the worst sequel out there? We got Arctic Warlocks. In comparison to how great 1 and 2 are, Godfather 3 tops my list. Ed said, edit, finish listening to the end of the podcast. Wow, my oops for not listening to the whole episode before posting to find out the question was for video games.
That's awesome.
I'm going to go with Gabe and say Mario 2. That game did not last long in my house. A, because of the weird things we were doing in the game compared to the original. And B, I want to say that we rented the game for the night, and that was more than enough time it needed to stay in. Both my brother and I were so bummed about it. Vetstone is still over on the forums. This is a difficult question for me to come up with an answer, but I think for me the answer is Final Fantasy 13. It's not a terrible game, nor was it badly broken, but it was a major disappointment. The lack of freedom that the game has for a Final Fantasy title, and the fact that the game was still basically on rails in tutorial mode 40 hours into the game was a big issue, especially when you compare it to some of the other well-known and beloved titles in the franchise. Hello, 7 through 10. 13 was a big disappointment. Here's hoping that 15 will be a return to form for the franchise. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
When I played 13, I was like, this is awfully linear for being a Final Fantasy game. Let's see. Oh, Spencer Stapleton, half the street team. Final Fantasy X-2. I totally agree with this. The first game was an amazing journey with a powerful story that just made a deep impression on me at the time. In the sequel, the characters form a girl pop group.
What?
That's what he says.
Awesome.
What? So disappointing. Scott Baker, I was really unimpressed with Splinter Cell 2, Pandora Tomorrow. Something about the physics was off, and the different voice for Lambert threw off the character dynamic that I loved in the first game. Thank goodness they brought him back in Chaos Theory, which was an amazing game in its own right. And then he puts right, R-I-T-E, R-I-G-H-T. And then they replaced the voice for Sam Fisher in Blacklist. Ubisoft, you're killing me. And then Josh S., the other half of the street team, said, I love the original Tetris on the NES and Game Boy, and all the iterations after that aren't as good. This week I picked up a slew of Game Boy games for cheap, and one of the games was Tetris 2. I was excited to try it because I had never played this version, and it was and it was hot garbage.
I'm stealing that phrase.
Hot garbage. I love it.
Not because how old the game was, but because the original was so good, it didn't need a massive overhaul, and that's exactly what happened in Tetris 2. Oddly shaped pieces, matching shaped blocks, barriers, etc. Just give me old school Tetris where the Kremlin blasts off at the end. The game was simple yet challenging, and none of the millions of sequels have matched it. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much.
Hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
Hot garbage. Hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
Not yum.
Not yet.
Not yum. I love it.
Oh man. Well, you guys know where to find us. Facebook.com/Married to the Games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Come check out the website, marriedtothegames.com. We got that forum over there and it's on and popping. We talking about things. Also youtube.com/Married to the Games. And Timmer Chriser, Timmer Ed.
What is happening?
Price is Right, baby. Come on, let's do
I was
this.
doing the wheel on Price is Right. Exactly.
That was so awesome.
Ed.
The Bob Barker version.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Ed.
Rate us on iTunes, or else Bob Barker will spay or neuter your pets.
Hey, that was really good.
Well done.
Oh my gosh.
Well
Off
done.
the top of the dome.
Improv.
Well, let's get into some questions.
Alrighty, let's
Are
start.
people still wondering things? That's the question.
They're still wondering things.
We've been answering a lot of questions lately.
I know. But here we go. Email Lucas Ham, top of the morning to my Northern Hemisphere kinfolk. Also, happy Space Exploration Day.
Ooh,
In
okay.
honor of this holiday that is simply, quote, out of this world, I have two questions for you to discuss.
no.
That was good, Ed. No.
Next question.
That was good.
Denied.
Denied.
You
Yeah,
have been dismissed.
exactly.
First, in your opinion, what is the second best planet in our solar system, with Earth being obviously first? And secondly, what is your favorite space-based film, book, or video game besides Spaceballs, of course? Happy discussing, and may the Schwartz be with you.
Nice.
Well played, sir.
My favorite planet's got to be Saturn,
Yep.
because the meringues, baby.
I love them rings.
Put
I'm
a ring
going
on it.
Jupiter.
Jupiter?
Jupiter.
I'm going with
Yeah.
Mars.
I love me some Saturn as well because of the rings. I think it's a very pretty planet.
Space movie, I got to go with, I mean, it's hard not to say Star Wars, but if I'm not saying Star Wars, what's so funny?
I wanted to say, but not as pretty as Uranus, but I didn't.
Hey!
Oh, you know what? You get out too.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Lord have mercy. I love that you were giggling before you even said
I
it.
know. It's like, that is awesome.
Favorite space movie, I'm going to go with...
It could be space movie, book, or video game.
Oh,
There you go. I
Wow.
well, that's changed everything.
know that sweetens the deal, doesn't it?
That changes everything.
So I'm going to say my favorite space video game is Mass Effect, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Eduardo?
Video game, I'm going Space Ace.
Oh, yes. Kimmy!
Christopher?
Movie is Star Wars. It just is.
Yeah, yep.
Game, I'm going to go more recent. I'm going to say Destiny, because that was a space game, and I had a lot of fun with Destiny.
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
You know, movie, I'm going to go Aliens.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's
Oh, the
good.
second one.
Aliens.
Yes.
Ooh, I could have easily said Alien.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, man. I had one in my head, and I cannot think of which... it left me. I don't know.
Movie for me was Star Wars, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Yeah, can't go wrong.
You know what, though? I'm going to stick in the same thing. I really, really have enjoyed the Star Trek movies.
Oh, wow.
I can't say they're my favorite, but, like, I really like them.
I only saw the first one. I liked it, but that's the only one I've
Ooh,
seen.
and Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, that was good.
Guardians.
That was good.
You didn't like Guardians,
You
Chris.
didn't like Guardians? Oh.
It just
We've already established he's dead inside.
compared to the other Marvel movies, it didn't. I mean, I didn't think it was horrible, but it didn't do much for me.
Oh, I love that movie.
The
Really?
soundtrack alone. Oh, so
Yeah.
good. What?
The soundtrack is fine, but the movie
The
just didn't do much
soundtrack is
for me.
This found sacrilege.
Oh my gosh, nobody agrees with you, Chris. Nobody.
It's okay.
I know,
it's
but I'm
okay.
always proven to be the smartest man in the room. In the end.
Hey! Now get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told you to leave, sir.
That's right. At once, good sir. Thank you, Lucas Ham. Always love our
Yes.
space, our
Day of the year.
our daily day things, whatever they are. All right, Brian Armstrong. Hey guys, you literally seem happy all the time, like all the time. Sure, you're tired at 5:30, but it seems like for the most part, there's something in the water at MTTG headquarters that ensures you guys never have a bad day. So my first question is, can I have some of that water? But my second question is, if you ever have truly had a bad day or a bad run, where life is just really hard, like really hard. How do you deal with it? Asking for a friend, ... haha. Love you guys, and I'm really sad I couldn't be at 200. I'm not as active as I should be, but you guys in the community are the best. Thanks, Brian. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you're always going to have your ups and downs, man. It's just life. It's how it goes. And for me, it's just take it a day at a time. Even if it's like take it a minute at a time, take it an hour at a time. With what I do in programming, I always have to figure things out. So I'm one of those people that if there is a problem, I immediately try and come up with the solution. I don't dwell on it. I don't, say, woe is me. It's like, boom, I've got to come up with a problem. This problem is here. I've got to come up with a solution. And I've used that a lot, man. And you just got to take a second to breathe and just, if there's an issue or a problem that could be fixable, figure out how you can do that and be humble and just do it and get things going.
There you go. Chris?
Honestly, I feel like the best way to deal with when you're having a really bad day or really, really tough time is to engage with other people. And I know that that's not that for everybody doing that in real life. Like there's people out there that just don't have any friends or their family lives many states away, or maybe they don't get along with their family. So it's not always an easy thing to hear that that's probably one of the best things to do, but reach out to somebody that you've met online. There's got to be somebody somewhere that's just willing to listen. Because sometimes that's all that you need. And I feel like that is the best thing, is knowing that you are not alone. Because no matter what, even when you feel like you are not. There's somebody out there that wants to
Amen
hear
to that.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Nice. Eduardo?
I'm going to reiterate what Chris said. 2005 for me sucked. And it sucked in a huge way. And because I don't know if it's because I'm a male or if it's just because I'm me, my pride kept me from reaching out to friends.
Yeah, it did.
And asking for help.
Yeah.
I was fortunate that I had friends that reached out to me anyhow, Gabe being one of them. And I realized afterward that when you don't ask for help, or if you don't tell someone you need help because you don't want to bother people with your problems, or you don't want to bring them down, or whatever the reason is, you're being a bad friend to them because you're not giving them the chance to be a friend to you. And they want to be a friend. So just like what Chris said, engage and reach out.
That's great.
That your friends want you to.
I love that, man. That's fantastic.
Somebody passed the offering plate.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a big fan of prayer.
Amen.
And I think that I think prayer works, and I think prayers are answered. And I think it takes a lot to, like, even as a Christian, my whole life, for some reason, when my back's up against the wall, I don't feel like praying. I don't know why that is. I was raised to pray. My mom was a praying mom, and I've seen God do miraculous things in our lives. I've seen, what really on the outside just couldn't be coincidence happen. Things happen. And so I'm big on praying. And I think, like, even if take my relationship with Christ out of it, take like religion or whatever you think about prayer out of it, like just sitting and contemplating and being able to zoom out. And I think like that's what prayer helps you do.
Yeah.
When you're saying out loud what's going on, it's almost like a mental zoom out where you're like kind of setting your things in front of you and you're saying, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. I need help with this in my life, this, that, and the other. And man, I think like, some pretty incredible things can happen when you leave that room or you leave that time and you're able to just like get your stuff out. Cause I know for me, I'm a lot like Ed. I want to push it down and I don't want it to put it on other people.
Right. You don't want to be a burden to other people.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I don't think that people look at it like that.
Nope.
You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
Yeah, man.
Good question.
Well said, sir.
And you can have as much of the water as you want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's free.
I took 12 gallons of it back with me. I'm sipping on it now.
Yes. Sipping on that syrup.
Wow.
Awesome. Moving on to Facebook, Josh Stapleton. No question. I just wanted to say thanks to all who contributed in any way to the Games for Kids fundraiser. The community's generosity was overwhelming. Having had the chance to drop off the games with Spencer, Gil, Stansel, and Gabe, I can happily say that the kids at Monroe Carroll Hospital will have some great games to help them have a little fun in their hospital stay. Josh, man, amen to that, and thank you so much for helping putting all that together. That was just fantastic.
That was awesome.
Definitely.
Stacy McCracken. We got Mrs.
What?
Mrs. Bread Fan in the house.
Snap.
You all.
Are we about to learn some secrets now?
That's right. One being laser discs, I'm sure. You all did a tremendous job on 200B. Congratulations. I'm super proud of you all. What is one of the highlights for you from the 200 show day? Mine was seeing you all sitting on that stage, having a great time, feeding off of each other's energy. You worked so well together, and it was a blast to watch and just be a part of.
That was
That's
fun.
so fun.
There are the highlight reel is the entire weekend for me. Just it was just awesome. Like I loved every little bit of it. There wasn't anything greater than the other. It was all equal because it was all family, and we just had so much fun.
Yeah.
Ed?
For me, it was a moment that, Gabe, you told me would happen, and because it happened to you at 100. And at one point, I just was in the back of the room just watching everyone hanging out and talking and just mingling. And it was just really cool to see everyone just being cool. And it was a really special moment for me.
Yep.
Chris?
It's hard to not say the same thing because the whole week was just absolutely amazing. To just take it a little bit differently, my answer is not the exact same as everybody else's. I will say that the Jackbox, playing Jackbox with everybody was awesome. And I've never played Jackbox. So I kind of had an idea of what it was, but I was like, is this going to go over well? Is this going to be a dud? I have no idea. And then not only was it a lot of fun, just the games themselves, but playing with everybody there and looking over, kind of like Ed was saying, looking over at somebody who's just laughing hysterically at somebody's crazy answer that they put up there, or to see somebody celebrating because now they went up, 1,000 points ahead and now they're in the front. You don't get to see that very much in this day and age where it's all online gameplay and everything. So that was really cool to have a huge co-op game to play with everybody right there together.
That is a fun game, man. That is I never played any of the Jackboxes either, and that was, even Lauren was like, hey, what's the name of that game? Can we get it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
How are we not sponsored by Jackbox?
I know, seriously.
There was a time when we went to the escape game. When we got to the escape game, I feel like is the first time that a lot of us saw each other.
Yes.
As far as people that were coming down and stuff like that. And there was a moment when we were inside, and I think it was Scott Clark and Josh Stapleton had just met. And I think, I don't know exactly what they said to each other, but I feel like Scott Clark said to Josh, he was like, wait, what's your Twitter handle? And Josh tells him, or vice versa. And then, and Josh goes, oh yeah, we got to talk. And it was kind of like that. They had maybe been talking about something online or knew something about each other's hobbies. And or I don't know exactly what the context was, but I was like, that's it. It's bringing people together. Like this thing is connecting this one guy from Utah. And I think the Clarks are in Illinois or something like that.
Yeah, I think there's Chicago area.
Yeah, near the Chicago area, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's Illinois.
Yes, yes, it is. We're reiterating.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I know.
And I think that that was a quick snapshot of 5 seconds where I was like, "Yep, that's what this is, and that's what we want it to be." And just because they were both smiles, like, "Oh yeah, we got to talk." Like I don't know. It just was really really cool. I don't know if Josh is going on Scott's show. That's so entertaining. Or what, but it was really a cool moment.
No, the Gaming Outsiders Scott show.
Gaming Outsiders, sorry.
Yeah.
Nathan's show is that's entertaining.
What's that?
Nathan, Sith Nightmare.
That's right. Sorry. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to them all.
Shout out.
We have too many grandkids.
Podcast family.
We had too many grandkids.
Got too many grandkids.
Great question. Thank you, Stacy. We appreciate it, and thank you for coming as well. It was great.
Awesome question.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for being so encouraging.
Patrick Drawn, love the show. Random question. Favorite sandwich?
Ooh.
Turkey and cheese all the way for me, man. I live on turkey.
What?
I love me some turkey sandwiches.
Huh.
Turkey sandwiches. That's all. Like it could be like Subway's turkey sandwich, any type of turkey sandwich.
Huh?
Doesn't matter.
You know, it's funny. I say what like that, but I think I was just caught off guard because it sounded like something you could just make on your own.
What it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's delicious.
There's a place in Nashville. I don't know if it's all across the nation or whatever. But it's called Bread and Company.
Oh my gosh!
And they have a sandwich called the Turkin the turkey, bacon, and cheddar
Yes.
classic.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
that's so good.
there's a sauce they put on that thing
It's crack.
that makes me want to smack my mother. It's a good thing, like, we've never been at Bread and Company together,
Yep.
because she would get a smack.
And we lost ours in Cool Springs, and they're
gotta go all
renovating
the way
the one in
downtown.
Brentwood too. So I used to get their steeplechase because I had the blue cheese in it.
Oh, gosh.
Sweet Lord, that place is good.
Yeah.
Ed,
I've been on a club sandwich kick lately. I don't know why.
I love me some club.
what makes up a club sandwich?
What makes up a club sandwich?
Yeah.
Turkey, bacon, tomato, and mayo,
Yeah.
right?
That sounds right.
On toast.
And toothpicks with the little
Yep.
colorful
Yeah.
squigglies on the
And
end.
it's triple
Nice.
decker, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Chris?
I just like sandwiches.
Nice.
I'm kind of like Joey Tribbiani on Friends. My favorite food is sandwiches. All of them. I probably have the most like variations of turkey sandwiches because again, it's easy to make at home. But if I'm going out somewhere, usually what I will get, because I don't feel skilled enough to make them at home, is a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
I really like
nice.
Philly cheesesteak
Oh,
sandwiches.
yeah, Philly cheesesteak. That's a sandwich? That's right. Oh,
Uh-huh.
God. Those are delicious. I changed mine to Philly cheesesteak.
All right.
Nice.
After all that Bread and
Yeah, I was
Company
going to
talk.
say, after all that smacking your mother, you're going to change it to Philly cheesesteak?
I
Philly
don't know.
cheese makes him want to smack everyone's mother.
Yeah, exactly. I smack random people's mothers with a Philly cheesesteak.
It's like, hey, whoosh. That was a good sandwich.
Hey, lady.
Hey, lady.
Hey, lady. Come here for a second. Is that your baby?
So bad.
That's so bad, it's so good. All right, moving on. Sean Capri, congratulations on 200 amazing episodes. It sounded like you all had a blast last week, and I'm sorry I missed it. If I could do it all over again, I'd rent a car using a Canadian IOU coupon from the Enterprise Rent A car and drive from
Rent A.
Edmonton to Nashville.
Nice.
No, get out.
I'd trade rental car stories with Ed over a coffee and scream, oh, yes, y'all with y'all. I know
Nice.
that I'd regret not doing it, and I definitely do. That brings me to my question. What party, concert, or event have you missed and immediately regretted not going? Also,
That's a great question.
also, any chances of doing a celebratory episode 225 or 250 so we don't have to wait until Gabe has 6 kids for the next party?
Jeez.
snap.
I
Yes.
rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I rebuke all that.
Get behind
I
me,
don't
Satan.
receive that.
Get behind me.
Oh,
I
my
love
gosh.
it. Thank you, Sean. That is amazing. Yeah. So, what are the chances of doing a 225 or 250? Because, man, I think that would stress Gabe out.
I was going to say, at 225, Gabe's zits are already coming back.
Exactly. I'll have to. I mean, I'm switching from. I need the hard stuff on that one.
That's right. The good
Crack
news,
cocaine.
the good news is that I think being in Canada, Gabe, you'll probably get up there, and you might even be able to do a meetup before even 225 or 250. So
Let's meet up.
So, like, Gabe is our ambassador out on the road, so, you know, you may not be able to get here, but you can get a piece of the MTTG pie with
Yeah.
Mr. Patillo over there.
I'm doing a 2-week
Right.
run in Canada in October,
Nice.
so I'll be up there
'cause
for like
that's the
2
perfect
weeks.
time to be in a cold place.
Trust me.
It actually is. It can't be that bad.
I don't know if our booking agent does it on purpose,
Probably.
but it definitely feels like, why are we doing shows in the summer in Texas and then going to Canada
Going to
in
Canada.
the fall?
Right.
It's the same way with Stacy. They'll be like, "All right, we're booking this store out in the desert in Arizona. All right, we're gonna go in July,
Yep.
Yep.
Like, why?
what?
Why?
and now we're gonna go do something in the tip of the United States, up in Michigan somewhere. All right, December.
Yep.
It's like,
Oh.
really?
Exactly.
Somebody's not thinking about this, or it's a sick
man.
joke.
You know, it's funny. We did talk about, like, I remember, I think it was me, Stancil, and Ed sitting around. I don't remember who all was there. And we were like, we really have to wait another 100 episodes for this to happen again.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost depressing to think about. Like, 100 episodes is for a year, almost 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
A lot can happen in 2
Crazy.
years, baby. I'm still going for that episode 300 at the Franklin Theater.
There you go.
Man,
I think we could do it.
let's
Maybe.
get there.
So yeah, the main question: what party, concert, or event have you missed and immediately regretted not going?
I mean, E3 this year was
Yeah.
like that for me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, why? When that symphony started up, at the Sony press conference.
You were like, I could have been there.
I mean, right then, I was like, no! I should be there right now. Not sitting in front of this green screen, Chris McCracken, editing us together.
That's right.
Even though it was great doing it with you, Chris. Let's stay number one, K-Bud. Let's stay number one. But, man, like right when that symphony started up, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Of course, they switched venues and they're this beautiful theater.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's mine.
I really wanted to be at Router's 40th.
Oh, man, you should have.
Oh, man.
You should have. That was fun.
I know.
That's great.
It was a good time.
Christopher?
I can't really think of anything. The only thing that I guess would go into this answer would be when I was a little bit younger. I guess I was in high school. I did have some friends that went to see the Smashing Pumpkins, and I didn't have a ticket, but I was like, oh, I should go, and I ended up deciding to spend the money that I had on something else. I think it was something I needed. I don't remember. It's kind of insignificant, but I was like, all right, well, I'll catch them the next time they come around. I think shortly thereafter they broke up or they announced their final tour, and then I couldn't go to the last Texas date. So that was always something I was like, man, I wish I could have seen them in their prime, because I know they're somewhat formed again right now, but that would have been awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Router?
For me, it would have been, I would have loved to go to any E3 at this point, and maybe next year, Gabe, you and I could go, or maybe all of us could go. That'd be amazing. But I definitely want to get to an E3 at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all need to get to just a con.
Yeah, I agree. Even if it's PAX or something.
Something.
Yep, be great.
Let's get into a con, y'all.
All right, let's move on to Twitter, and we'll kind of blaze this through. At Nova Beyond, Patrick Novacell. So what are you doing? So what are we doing for episode 300?
I've got visions of grandeur. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. But
Yeah, me too.
I've got big plans that I've like actually been talking to business people about.
Nice. Listen to you. Okay.
I'm trying to get Harry Connick there.
There you go.
I love Harry Connick Jr.
That's big time right there.
I love it.
I love it. At Wicked Pixelated, what is the current state of collections? Collections are trying all these different things now. What works? Are you tired of them?
What?
I don't know what this is about.
It was a multi-part tweet. He
It
had
was
like 3 parts to it,
I consolidated it. So
yeah.
the current state of collections, do you like them? Are they trying, is it too much?
Like BioShock collection, Arkham collection.
Right.
Oh,
Call of
that
Duty,
kind of stuff.
yeah, all that stuff.
I was about to say with the reread, I still didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like,
He
do
said-
I owe someone money?
I know, exactly.
Is Fat Tony going to be knocking on my door? What's going on? No, I generally do not do any of the collections. I will say, Chris, that Dishonored one that you're going to pick up looks really sweet.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's nice that they do have these little value-added pieces, but I'm not as huge into collections. I know there's tons of people out there, so it doesn't bother me either way.
Yeah, I don't mind, but I don't have any.
I like them. I don't have any either, but I do like just the sense of, oh man, my buddies might get to play that game. So
Right.
like when, if Infinite is only coming out in the collection, then I'm good for the collection because I'm like, I want more people to play Infinite.
Yeah.
And if
Right.
somebody skipped it because they were, an Xboxer last generation.
Yeah.
Wait, was it on Xbox? It wasn't, right?
Infinite?
Infinite.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cross.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, any point's the same. If somebody missed it last gen and they get on it this gen because they did a collection, I'm down for it.
Definitely.
I'm kind of the same way. I like collections, but not just because, people who hadn't played it before can, and it brings the attention back to it, but I like playing like better versions of games that I had before. And I don't mean better like it just looks better, but they changed a bunch of other crap. I mean actually better versions. I like backwards compatibility is great, and it definitely helps on saving money and everything. But if a game I loved, like if I could play Metal Gear Solid, backwards compatible on my PS3, but then they came out with a Metal Gear Solid HD version, I'm buying the HD version because
Yeah,
it
sure.
looks better.
Amen to
And,
that.
I mean, as long as everything else gameplay wise and they didn't mess up something else, I want a better version. I'm all for collections. I mean, if you don't, people kind of complain sometimes about like, oh, why are they putting resources into remaking Game X? Well, if Game X was a great game, give me a better version of it,
Sure.
a prettier version of it.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I got no issues. I like them.
And as history speaks, people buy them. Like, they still want them. So there is a need for it and a market for it.
Yeah, it's like a greatest hits.
Yeah, if you don't like it, I mean, you just don't have to buy it. You can play your old version or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just for those who either... Like when they came out with the remastered version of The Last of Us, there were a lot of people who were just now coming to PS4. It's like, well, they get the opportunity to play that in the best presentation it can be put in. That's awesome.
Yep.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
Oh, that's good.
Nah.
At that Chowfeet, taking my daughter to her first concert later this year. Sia, what was your first concert?
Ooh. Very similar to Sia. Mine was Carmen.
Nice.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
Actually, mine was Steve Taylor on his On the Fritz tour. That was
Wow.
It was actually a really, really good show.
I went to a lot of concerts growing up, so I'm not exactly sure what my first concert was. But like my first concert without my parents was Crisscross.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Daddy
Put that
Mac.
jersey on backwards.
Daddy Mac will make you jump.
Chris McCracken.
I don't remember what my first concert ever was, but my first concert without my parents was Metallica concert.
Oh,
Wow.
Wait, which tour?
Yeah, it was.
Which tour?
It was the tour that came through on Fort Worth. It was... I can't remember the actual name of it.
The
but
tour
it was
that
when they
came
had,
through Texas?
It was after the Black Album, and they actually recorded it on DVD. There's a DVD video of it, and if you're watching at the front, they're going across the crowd, and I'm right there as they start to transition to another part of the
What?
crowd. Because
Nice.
we were right up against the fence.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's
Cunning
so-
Stunts, I think, is the name of the DVD.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, we got 3 more real quick. At Grant Titus, Grant Gustafson, how many matches of Overwatch do you typically play in a sitting? And are you playing competitive mode?
Ooh.
Nope.
All right,
None.
None for me. That's why this is going to be short and sweet. Go ahead.
Chris.
I've played a little bit, but not a lot.
I try to play one competitive match every time I get on, just to keep that needle moving. And then I probably play, I don't know, man, an hour and an hour and a half's worth of matches. I don't know how many that is, but I haven't gotten on and played for 3 or 4 hours. But I definitely try to get in at least an hour and a half. So I don't know how many matches that would be. 10, maybe?
There you go.
'Cause I think they're about 10 minutes each.
Nice.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Good question. At Hops and Heroes, who traveled the most distance to be at episode 200 besides Chris?
Was it Stancil
Probably
and
the
Gill?
Stancil and Gill.
Stancil and Gill from
Stancil and Gilbert,
Seattle.
yeah, came from Seattle.
Mhm.
A close second would be the Stapletons.
Yeah, from Utah.
Yep.
So that's awesome. Thank you guys. We love you.
I think Q came the least distance.
Right.
No.
No, he wasn't.
Was it Gerald?
Gerald
Gerald.
Yeah.
came from Clarksville
Awesome.
or Chattanooga. Clarksville
Clarksville, I think.
was only
think
like
that's
an hour
right.
and a half away.
Yep.
Hour and 20 minutes or something.
That's awesome. Final question. At Blessing Jr., what developer would you like to see a new IP from, and what type of game would you want it to be?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a
Man.
toughie.
For me, on one side of the coin is Naughty Dog, and on the other is Sucker Punch. And whatever they want to give me, I'll take.
Yep. Man, that's a good answer because I'm right there with you. I don't know what the next game I would want it to be, but I don't care. Either one of those is fine by me. That's a good one.
I'll take something from Ubisoft.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
And I want it to be a deep story-driven game. And I'll tell you why. Only because I'm kind of with Ed too. Like my knee-jerk reaction is say Naughty Dog or somebody like that. But I want something that everybody's gonna play. I want an amazing story that everybody can play.
You're right.
And I
Right.
can talk to Xbox guys about, or PC guys about, or PlayStation guys about.
Right.
Love that.
Chris,
Can you repeat it? I had the same garbled thing. I was hoping from the context I could get what the question was, but I didn't hear it.
What developer would you like to see a new IP from, and what type of game would you want it to be?
Man. I guess I'm gonna say. Geez, that's a hard.
Well, you know where to find us.
Well, I was gonna say like one of the Call of Duty developers because there's 3 of them now, but I mean they're not gonna do anything different because Activision's got them locked down to do Call of Duty. But I would
it's a
love to see.
hypothetical.
Yeah, I guess. So I would like to see like Treyarch do something completely different. Just
That
to
would
see
be
what they
cool.
could bring to like a third party game, or no, it's not third party, third person game.
Third person. That's a great idea, man. I like that.
Nice.
I think that'd be really interesting to see someone who's always focused in on first person and like shooter games to all just flip the script and go do something like third person RPG or something.
Oh,
That would be
Like
pretty
it.
incredible.
Crazy.
I like it. Well, thank you guys so much for the questions.
Yes.
I know Router's got to go. He's still got, 9-10 hours to
Yeah,
drive?
something like that.
yeesh.
I got to go get on an airplane.
Yeesh.
And Chris has got to go to work. Ed's got to go back to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
We all got someplace we got to be.
we all got things to do.
Yeah. So the question of the week for you guys is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how outward are you with your geekiness? I've noticed that, like, obviously the podcast in this last week, I was in my element. I'm with other gamers, and so I can, video games for 4 days straight from Wednesday to Saturday night. But I did notice when I was by myself the other day and I pulled up Pokemon Go and somebody kind of walked around the corner, I kind of brought my phone to my chest
Yep.
and I was like, wait, why am I so weird with being a geek? Everybody in the world is playing this game. Why am I going to be weird about it now, where the
Yeah.
guy that walked past was probably playing Pokemon Go? So how outward are you with your geekiness? I'm going to say I'm a
You're a
6.
moderate geek.
I'm
Moderate.
a 6 trapped in a 9's body.
There you
I'm
go.
I'm a 9 trapped in a 6's body.
There you go.
Because I want to be outward with it, but like I'm just not. I get like embarrassed, but I don't know why. I
Yeah.
don't feel like I should be embarrassed. Pokemon Go, everybody's playing it. Why would I like cower away from that? What do you say, Ed?
With friends, I'm probably like a 7, but with people I don't know, maybe a 4.
Yeah, terrible.
That's interesting.
Chris?
I would say I'm probably a 6 out of 10 as well. I mean, I'll wear, a gaming shirt, and I've got.
You're a 7 out of 10. You wear a lot of gaming shirts.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, a lot of people, if they don't know gaming stuff, they're not going to know what my shirt is. So
That's true.
I mean, it's almost like a secret that's in plain view. Like other nerds will see and be like, they'll give me the wink, be like, yeah, I got you. But other people have no idea. They might
That's
think,
true.
oh, that sounds like Overwatch. Is that a good breakfast place? They have no idea.
Yeah, like that's first
But
watch.
I'm kind of
lady.
the same way. Like I haven't been able to play Pokemon Go very much, but I played it yesterday walking down the street, and I definitely caught myself like I'm walking down the street, and then you start to see people come out of their house, and you're like, no, I'm not looking at nothing, because I'm like, well, why? It's like they may not
Right.
even know, but then again, they might, and then are they going to ask me something? I don't know. I don't have any answers about this game, so I don't know. It's one of those involuntary things. You kind of shy away when you're not even meaning to.
Tim?
That's so funny. I don't really shy away. I'm actually quite proud of my geekiness. Like I've been buying more T-shirts that are either like Star Wars or game related, and Lauren's rolling her eyes at me, and I just preface everything by saying, look, I'm a 41-year-old man-child. And my wife usually says, "Yeah, he really is." and honestly, I'm totally fine with that. I want to stay young until I die, man. I don't want to hide anything, and I'm totally proud and happy to play video games. And I'm even prouder. And I mean, my wife, who's very cynical about not cynical, but she's just she'll just poke fun at the whole video games thing. Like just seeing her after 200 and how proud she was of me, and just how amazing our community is. I'm proud of it, man. I wear it on my sleeve.
Yeah. There you go. I love that. So let us know, man. Hashtag answer MTTG. 1 being you completely hide it, and 10 being like, I'm a gamer.
That's me. Maybe 9 or 10. But in more of a bass tone, like, I'm a gamer.
We want to know, scale from 1 to 10, how outward are you with your geekiness? Thank you guys for being here. I cannot believe we're in the 200s.
201, baby. Well done.
I've got to wait another 99 episodes to see everybody.
Nah, we'll got to make something happen. You never
you
know.
and I, we're due for like another month or two to see each other again at some point.
Yeah, it's true.
I know. Me and Chris will see each other, and hopefully I'll see
Right?
our Canadian brethren and sisterin up there. But man, there's nothing like 200. There was nothing like 200.
Nope.
100 was awesome, and then 200 up the ante.
Yep.
Yeah.
300 is going to be crazy.
Yep.
I can't wait. I am Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Peace!